Got a little bit of time waiting for this to load in, but then we should be ready to kick off. Here we go. Alright, so a little weak for our turn 0, but there is some stuff we can still do. So we're going to run out the hit and run, and we're going to get in with the Dawnblade, pitch our Warrior's Valor. If they do throw 9, so we are going to pressure their last card with that 20 blade. Here it is. Get in again with the Dawnblade, and hopefully the last card doesn't block. And it doesn't. We get some equipment, which is just the Dream. No reactions here. Arsenal the Sink. That was just a very, very strong turn 0 here. So Scar we don't really care about. Nah, it's all good. We're gonna not block this. Yeah, we're gonna take 4. So we're gonna play a Precision Press. And then I'm gonna pitch a card. Yep. I'm gonna get him with the sword. And we can back this up with Ironsong Pride, Ironsong Response to push over the damage. Block the 2 block. And the Scabs. Oh, it has Piercing 1, my guy. That is not exactly what you want. So we're gonna run out the Ironsong Pride. Get the counter. They are gonna sink. We're gonna let their sink resolve. And then we are going to Ironsong Response. Is that another sink below? That is another sink below. Alright, we are okay with that. That is a lot of whiffs going into their grave. So we're just pretty happy. Now we're coming in for 7, and they banish Blood Debt. I think we want to cop here. We want to cop quite aggressively and just dump our Red Hit and Run. It's not really helping us. Actually, we can sink. Actually, let's just sink. And then sink our Hit and Run, and hopefully that's good enough. We could cop then sink to have 2 shots at it. Actually, let's just sink. We want to save our equipment. Okay, sink. We're going to choose a Hit and Run. We draw another sink. Not the greatest, but also not the worst. We're going to take 3 here. And now we're going to... Now we're going to actually just... There's definitely a thought to keeping the Glistening for a reaction. I think we are going to do that. So we're going to Spoils, and we're going to pitch the Sink. And again with the Dawnblade, pitch up Precision Press. This does get 2 cards. Levia's turns are pretty milquetoast with only 2 cards, so we are not too upset. We're going to put the Sink to the bottom first. We're going to Arsenal the Glistening. Perfect. We have the old Glistening twinning play. We don't really care about this. We want to block with our Courage and our Bolters just to get maximum value out of those, and I think that is it. We could block with the Route too, actually. Yeah, so let's go Route, Courage, Bolters, and say okay. No reactions. I want to play out the glistening, pitching our glint, and get in with the sword. No blocks is perfect. We're going to say okay. We do not want to bolters as we already have go again. We actually are going to pump with our braces here. We don't really have an extra reason for the floating. So we're going to pump the braces and get in again, pitching our twinning. That's where the yellows are really powerful. We get to present an extra damage here for basically free because we have a yellow rather than red. And the dream here is they give us 2 cards, or even better, they give us Husk. So we Ghostly that they're thinking of blocking with. They choose no blocks. That is okay with us. We're happy to Arsenal the Stroke. And this is just the absolute nut. We're going to say no to that, and we're going to just Arsenal pass with our 3 counters. I'll put the 20 to the bottom first, Arsenal the Stroke. And now we just have like a kind of rolling tempo where we just keep getting in and getting in. So they're going to Art of War and banish their Ghostly. Draw 2. Again, we have 3 counters, so we're pretty stoked either way. We can sink away this Unsung Pride as we don't really need it. Yeah, that's fine. We're going to use our life total pretty liberally here, so we're going to just sink this and take 2. So, okay, sink the Unsung Pride and draw another blue, which we are not stoked with, but also not too upset with. Swing Big we do not care about. We can actually use our blue Unsung here just to prevent 3 damage. Say okay. Take 5, we're not worried about that. They do not take any blood debt. I'm just going to get in with a Nike, or Nike Dawnblade for 6. And yeah, this is just like the absolute nut. There's not that much they can do here. We're going to Stroke. Pass on that. Do we want to run through Crack Courage just for maximum pressure? Or Crack Bolters and just get in again? No, we do want to run through and Crack Courage, yeah. We do not want to destroy Bolters. We do want to destroy our Courage. And get in. If they want to block this, they have to give up 3 cards. Otherwise, we get another counter, go to 4. Looks like they are going to throw not just 1 card, unless they have a Guardian of the Shadow Realm. Nope. Alright, we're happy with that. We get another counter. So now is definitely where we want to cop. They put a bunch of blood debt in the banish, and we really want a blue here. So we're going to go cop. I think... So I think we just want to go cop braces, take a billion, and sink our supremacy. Sink our out for blood, I think. So we're going to go cop braces, say okay. Sink out for blood. And draw Ironsong Pride was obviously not great, but we're still not too upset. Say okay. Take a billion. It's okay, and we're just actually going to run it out here, and this is the time where we do Crack Bolters. So we're going to pitch the Supremacy. Get in for 7 Negi, and they have no block on equipment left. This is just like the absolute dream, where we do run out the Bolters, and then they do give us 3, which is, they do give us all 12 here, which is, yeah, so they're taking 9 blood dead this turn. I think we do want to stroke because we just want the filtering. Actually, we don't mind just arsenaling the... Actually, we're going to run out Iron Song Parade and then just say, okay, it's not really doing a lot for us here. And arsenal the hit run and just try and get another blue. Oh, that just costs 1. No, actually, it's fine. Pass and just arsenal the hit and run. We don't draw another blue, which is a little upsetting, but they take 9. Oops, that is not what we wanted to do. That is not what we intended. So we're going to arsenal here. So this. So okay. Alright, now we're going to play the hit and run. We want to actually play our cards. That's might be a good idea. And get in with the Dawnblade. Rather just in a pretty crap spot where they have to give us 2 cards on most attacks. And they're pretty stuck for just eventually when we have the double react. So I think we're just going to say okay on that. They're blocking with their Druid Screamer, so they obviously have another way to turn off Blood Debt. We're just going to say okay and arsenal our Warrior's Valor. Now we have blue and we have a twinning, which is just great. Shadow of Blasphemous, and they just got an Endless Maw. And they're banishing a 6-power, that's fine with us. I don't think we want to block this. We do want more than 3 pitch for this turn, so we're just going to say okay. Play out the Warrior's Valor, pitch out for blood, and get in. And now we have double react into a swing again. That's okay. We do not want to go again. And do we want to pump? I think we don't. No, actually we do. We're going to pump. And just pitch the twinning. Because realistically we're only playing 1 react. And just arsenaling the other. Pitch the twinning. So now they have to give us 2 cards if they want to stop the on-hit just straight away. They just give us 1 card, which is just like the dream, I think. And so we're going to puncture just to push damage. So put them to... they do sink. That's a little frustrating. Okay. But again, they're down to 2 cards. And we have a react that's going in Arsenal, which is very nice. Enough resources for that. That's the bottom first. Arsenal this. I do have a Dread Screamer. I do banish a 6-power. And I think we just want to say okay again. Go to 3, leave our braces up. Actually, we don't want to... Yeah, Supremacy double stroke is just gigas, so we're going to say okay. Go to 3. Supremacy, pitch the overpower. Get in with the sword. Then we get stroke into crack bolters. Draw a card, braces, get in for 6. Lethal question mark. Art of War. Oh, they just had a bunch of no blocks. Okay, we're fine with that. We get there. So a little tighter than we would have liked, but we're still pretty happy with that. See our damage presented each turn. It's giving 10 turns, so turning would have actually been pretty nice. Yeah, we only dealt like 30-ish damage, but we didn't really take that much damage to do anything. Like we took 8 to deal 7, but it was with a counter, and they full blocked this anyway. So yeah, we're pretty stoked with that. So moving on to game 2.